This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight, the widespread outage across Tampa Bay affecting 911 operation systems in 7 counties, including Sarasota and Manatee County. Service is now restored, but as ABC7's Rick Adams tells us, the outage put a strain on emergency services.
Well, this outage certainly did cause a lot of headaches. Luckily, things are now back to normal. 911 centers across the Suncoast had a little bit of an emergency themselves. Many of the 911 systems in Manatee and Sarasota counties, as well as 5 other counties, experienced power outages for around 3 hours, with emergency services restored by 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon.
It definitely makes things a lot more interesting. I mean, we're used to using our 911 equipment, which is all, very technical, high-tech, state-of-the-art equipment, and we go from that to using just a desk telephone.
A big problem when 911 is down is that the operators get very limited information. Folks were given alternative numbers to call in the event of an emergency. And despite the 911 issues, we're being told everything still ran smoothly in Manatee and Sarasota counties.
This is an interesting experience for the Sheriff's Office because from the receiving end, all of our data and our information is working just fine. The issue here is with Frontier.
Officials tell us the outage occurred because technology from Frontier Communications was knocked offline, and there was also a cut in the fiber. Mike Turner says he and his team are always prepared for situations like this.
When the calls actually come into our building is when we control the call. Before that, it's kind of out of our hands. That is the contingency, and we do have the ability to put out a 10-digit number and have people call that route.
And we do have a complete list of emergency numbers that can be called anytime 911 is down in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Those numbers can be found by logging onto our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you, Rick. Recently filed legislation at the state capitol aims to simplify the collection and reporting of criminal justice data in Florida. The goal of the bill is to better understand exactly who is in jail for what crimes and for how long, while making all that information more accessible to the public. Supporters of the measure say that criminal justice data is now held by so many different agencies at a county level, making it more difficult to find possible issues with inmates, such as racial disparity or varied sentencing.
All these data will at last be available to everyone and housed in one place so that we can finally begin to answer basic questions. Who's in jail? For what crimes? For how long?
Currently, each of Florida's 67 counties store criminal information differently, and what is and is not classified can vary between jurisdictions. The legislation aims to put all of the statistics in one easy-to-find database. Well, more health care options are coming to the Suncoast. After 2 years in the making, Doctors Hospital of Sarasota is announcing the grand opening of its new emergency room on March 26th. It is located south of State Road 70 and just east of I-75. The 11,000 square foot ER will provide 24-hour, 7-day-a-week board-certified emergency physician coverage, along with X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, and laboratory services. Well, an eagle chick is in good hands tonight thanks to the help of Eagle Watch volunteers in Manatee County. The Wildlife Education and Rehabilitation Center responding this afternoon to a fallen eagle nest at Manatee Technical College. Rescuers say when they got to the area, they found the eagle chick buried under some branches, its parents circling from above. The chick will now be examined for injury by a veterinarian. Then hopefully soon she will be released back into the wild. Glad to hear. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. And Bob, it was very bright out there from that moon tonight. Yeah, good story on that front. We have a bright moon tonight. Yeah, it's very bright. In fact, it's still 99% full, so almost there. We do have a tower cam shot from Casey Key, which is showing how bright it is. We'll show you that in just a minute. 54 degrees currently. We have clear skies. And the dew point temperature is 49. We'll get down to around 50 degrees for overnight lows. Winds are out of the east at 6 now. The pressure continues to rise at 30-24. We have this zonal flow, which means west to east, basically coming right over the top of us. Now, there are some indications from some computer forecast models that we will see an area of low pressure develop in the northeast Gulf of Mexico
on Saturday and cause us to see some rain on Sunday. Right now, this front is now pushing down into Oklahoma and into Arkansas tonight. This front is really not going to have a big influence on our weather. It will bring us a little bit of cloudiness on into, it looks like, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and a very slight chance for showers. Tonight, though, the big story is not as cold, but still cool. Low temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. We're expecting lows to start the day off on Thursday. 47 at Lakewood Ranch. Osprey will be at 48. 48 in Sarasota as well. 46 in Parrish and 52 Anna Maria, just a couple degrees below our average for this time of year. More on that rain chance for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you, Bob. Now to that deadly train accident in Virginia where dozens of members of Congress and their staff were on board when it crashed into a vehicle. Tonight, federal investigators are searching for a cause. ABC's Tara Palmieri has the latest from the crash site.
Dozens of Republican lawmakers were on board a chartered Amtrak train when it slammed into a trash truck near a crossing, derailing the train and killing one.
Suddenly there's a loud bang and things stopped. Lights went out. There was an acrid smell of electrical smoke.
There's no question that we hit something. We just didn't know what, of course, at that point.
The politicians were heading from Washington to West Virginia when the collision happened at 11:15 in the morning, just outside of Charlottesville, Virginia.
Mass casualty incident, level 1, train versus truck.
Upon impact, trash and debris littered the area around the tracks.
See how it's stripped it?
North Carolina Representative Mark Walker filmed the stunning moments through the train window. Lawmakers sprang into action, offering first aid to victims. Despite their best efforts, the truck driver died on the scene.
Did CPR for several minutes. Dr. Rowe gave me a look that I don't know where you teach this in medical school, but the look that this is over, Roger. There's nothing else we can do.
One person is in critical condition, but for those on the train, most of the injuries were minor. The NTSB gave an update Wednesday night on the investigation.
We're in the process of retrieving the event recorders. We expect the on-scene phase of the investigation to last several days.
By then, lawmakers were long gone on buses, and the retreat was underway. Minnesota Congressman Jason Lewis has been discharged from the hospital following a concussion. He's joined his colleagues at the retreat in Greenbrier, West Virginia. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Crozet, Virginia.
Your voter information may soon be shared with other states. That's under a bill approved by the Florida House. The goal of that measure is to make sure people are not registered in other states. The bill would allow the Department of State to share voter information with other states, provided that the effort is not controlled by the federal government. It also allows Florida to share driver's license information with other states. President Donald Trump has made an issue of people who are registered to vote in more than one state, using it as one of the bedrocks of his overall contention that voter fraud is rampant in the U.S. The Ringling College Lifelong Learning Academy is celebrating its new name in partnership with a national network of learning institutes. The Bernard Osher Foundation has chosen Ringling to join its group. The school will be renamed the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Ringling College. The foundation has awarded the program a $100,000 grant to further its community engagement efforts. ABC7 spoke with Larry Thompson, the president of Ringling College, about what some of those efforts might be.
The big future plan is, of course, we are restoring the historic Sarasota High School. And what's going to be happening there is basically the first major part of it is a brand new world-class contemporary art museum. And the second part will be continuing education, focusing primarily on lifelong learning.
In 2019, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Ringling College will make its permanent home at the Ringling College Museum campus. If you are planning on taking public transportation this weekend, you might want to listen up. Manatee County Area Transit is announcing changes to Saturday's routes as a result of the Bradenton Area River Regatta. The annual action-packed event will close down the Green Bridge, which will impact MCAT routes 1, 13, and 201. Those routes, also known as the North County Connection. A shuttle bus will run from the downtown Bradenton Transit Station and the Palmetto Transit Station. There will also be interrupted service on 8th Avenue West in Palmetto all day on Saturday. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, a Florida man accused of a murder-for-hire plot to kill the judge overseeing his case.
As far as the weird scale goes, it's off the charts, totally.
The secret code investigators say he used to plan the murder.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off, courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org, the Circus Sarasota box office at the Big Top, or call 941-355-9805.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Bob, I've seen people posting pictures of the blood super, no, what's it called?
Blood blue, yeah, and super,
supermoon,
that's right.
Yeah, posting it from all across the country, and really no matter where it was, it looked like it was just beautiful.
It was better out west because they get the whole effect of the eclipse taking place out there. We had a little bit of partial there, but still the pictures were unbelievable, you're right. And it was even big tonight. It didn't have the eclipse, but still, it was pretty close to where it was last night. And again, look at this. You know, we were talking about when it was going to happen, and so this great photographer, Dylan John Wade Cox, shot this, and it's blowing up now on Facebook right now. Everyone's sharing it. This is the Van Wezel here in the foreground, and in the background, there it is, the big moon coming up this evening just after 6:30, and 99% full at that point. And again, it's going to set just after 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and so that should be fun. Get a look now. There's another photo of what it was this morning. Rob Bennett getting that from Bradenton. Real nice shot there. Just amazing pictures. You know, when you see that blood red moon like that, it's always kind of interesting. You never forget it, especially here along the Sun Coast. It looks very nice. Well, this one again from Susan Humphreys and Paul Hand getting this one. We also had a report tonight, right around 6:35 or so, of a meteor or even a fireball, and it's been reported from Fort Myers into Central Florida near Highlands County, and I had some report from here in Gulfgate area. Get a look at this. This is a KCQ webcam. You can actually see the waves out there. It's so bright. There they are right there as a result of the near full moon, and that's a little unusual. You don't see that very often, where at nighttime you get this kind of shot. So again, bright out there and no clouds around really to disrupt things, and it looks like it'll stay that way throughout the day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for us on Thursday. We'll warm up a little bit more so too in the afternoon. And low temperatures this morning were very chilly into the Low 40s in some places. It felt like upper 30s. Now that's going to be a little different tomorrow. We're still watching this cold front advance. There's not a lot to it, and because the area of low pressure is not all that strong and it's well detached from the actual front. So as it gets close to us, it will bring us some cloudiness on Friday and a very small chance for rainfall. But right now that front is still kind of hung up from Ohio, stretching all the way down into Oklahoma tonight and heading to the southeast. Now for us, we are under the influence of a high pressure ridge, and that high pressure ridge continues to dominate our weather, and it will move a little bit off to the east in the upcoming days, but that still brings us that east to southeasterly wind component, and we could see high temperatures into the mid 70s by Friday. Now here's the forecast for the day planner tomorrow. For the commute, not a problem. We have clear skies and temperatures into the low 50s. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, some clouds around, but still a nice sunny day. We'll have mostly sunny skies up until then partly cloudy in the afternoon at 3, so it won't be totally cloudy. We'll see a few clouds around. 54 degrees right now, and east winds are at 6. The pressure extremely high, 30-24, and the high today was 71. Our normal high at 72. This morning's low was rather chilly. Wednesday's forecast hourly, again, calling for temperatures to be in the low 70s for some time there. So from noon up until 4 o'clock will be perfect weather, if you ask me. I love the sunshine and low winds, in fact, and we'll see some nice conditions there. Here comes the front on Friday. Falls apart just in time for Music on Main. And then another one comes through again on Sunday. And looks like the timing of that will be Sunday, late afternoon and into the evening, when we'll see a chance for some showers and some storms there. Well, for boaters, a light chop on the bays and in the waters, mostly fair, not as cold, but still cool. And the 7-day forecast looks like this: 70s right on through Saturday, 76 on Sunday night, 50% chance for rain. Will be mainly late Sunday afternoon and into the evening hours, lingering into early morning on Monday. But notice we don't really get all that cool. 73 on Monday, 75 back on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Things are looking pretty good here. Just a slight chance for some showers in the morning on Monday. Back to you, Jacqueline.
Okay, thank you, Bob. A Florida man facing child pornography charges is now in even more trouble. Authorities accusing him of a murder-for-hire plot to kill the judge overseeing his case. Eric Sandoval explains how investigators were first alerted to his plan.
As far as the weird scale goes, it's off the charts, totally.
Lieutenant John Harrell says the weirdness started when Lake County investigators monitored jailhouse phone calls made by Robert Anthony O'Hare on January 7th. O'Hare was in jail, accused of possessing child porn and hiding small cameras in jukeboxes to record children without them knowing.
During a phone conversation with his mother, he passed on a set of numbers that ended up being a secret code that they would use to send messages back and forth.
Harrell says his investigators had been breaking O'Hare's changing codes and phone calls over the last year and a half. This time, he says O'Hare is heard reciting this code to his mother, a set of numbers that investigators say spell out two words backwards.
When that code was deciphered, it stated "kill Briggs." Well, Judge Briggs happens to be the judge that is presiding over these previous charges of his.
Investigators say O'Hare's mother, Virginia, is heard on the phone saying that she would give the code to a man called the rabbi. The report indicates she later said the rabbi can't do it. Tonight, we asked if O'Hare's 80-year-old mother could possibly be facing charges with her son.
I can tell you that detectives are looking at her and they are continuing to investigate this.
Well, if convicted of solicitation to commit murder, O'Hare could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Under a bill passed today by the Florida House, state workers may soon no longer be able to make charitable donations through their paychecks. The House voting to permanently eliminate the state's annual fundraising drive. Supporters of the move say there is no need to have an official fundraising drive because state workers can give money online now, while opposition says the state's charitable campaign boosted worker morale. $100 million a year could soon be going towards the Florida Forever Land Conservation Program. The Senate unanimously passed a proposal today that would use money from a 2014 voter-approved constitutional amendment aimed at increasing land and water conservation. The legislation would annually designate a portion of the state's land acquisition trust fund for that program. Lawmakers would not be able to use the trust fund money for agency overhead, which has been a point of contention with backers of the 2014 amendment.
Unfortunately, since 2014, I would suggest that some of the funds from the LATF have been used for administrative and technological support rather than what I think the voters wanted us to do.
Since 2001, Florida Forever has been used to purchase more than 718,000 acres for $2.9 billion. Well, stay with us. Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
It's Wednesday night, so let's go nuts.
Tequila. Yeah.
I love tequila.
Me too. One more question. Heads or tails?
Heads, always.
Me too, yeah. High five.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's west coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young.
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an experienced broadcast engineer to provide technical support for all broadcast equipment. TV broadcast background required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Now, sports.
Some disappointing news for baseball fans on the Sun Coast. The opening for the new Braves spring training stadium has been delayed. The Atlanta Braves making that announcement today, saying they will need more time for construction. Their original goal was to have the stadium open for the entire spring training season in 2019. However, the delay means there will only be one game played at the new stadium next year.
Simply a matter of getting everything complete and making sure that the project is right and something that we can live with for the next 30 years.
That one game will be the last game in April of 2019. The Braves will be moving their headquarters here right before that game. As we inch closer to Super Bowl weekend, both teams practicing today for the first time since arriving in Minneapolis. Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski has not been cleared yet from concussion protocol and did not practice today. In his State of the Game speech today, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell talked about New England's remarkable run of success.
Going for their third Super Bowl in 4 years in this kind of a system where keeping that group together changing whatever they need to change, whether it's players or coaches, or they do that in a way and still create success. I just think that I marvel at that. I think our other clubs marvel at that.
Of course, all sorts of activities are planned leading up to the Super Bowl. One of those events includes the honoring of our nation's veterans. Reg Chapman gives us a look at the fun.
Marine veteran Todd Kimmery says it's a dream come true to get up close and personal with the Super Bowl experience.
It's one thing to see it on TV, but to come through here and see everything, that's quite the thing.
The convention center was transformed into a maze of excitement, and veterans were able to navigate all it had to offer. Many were not alone. Todd Halverson brought along his service dog, Bella.
I don't like being around large crowds at all. And if I'm with fellow veterans or family members, it makes it easier.
Some walk the Super Bowl experience in packs. There's safety in numbers for veterans who have a hard time in crowds.
Not only are males, but females are being recognized today, various ages, ethnicities. This is a fantastic opportunity for everyone tonight.
Veteran Kimberly Dobler says she is honored to share this experience with her daughter Danielle.
Well, I get to show Danielle, my little one, that there's more to the military than just wearing the uniform, that she can come here and see the respect that is twofold, coming from the state and from the nation.
All are thankful for the NFL and its generosity towards the men and women who have fought and continue to fight for our freedoms.
This is a great opportunity for both the state, those that reside here, and the NFL to show that we stand with each other, we respect each other, and that we live here and respect here.
That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Here's today's Job of the Day. ABC7 is seeking a multimedia journalist who can tell his story on all platforms and meet tight deadlines. Reporting experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/joboftheday to apply. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, another chilly day tomorrow. Start to the day.
Starting off, right. And then it should finish real quite nicely. Now, low temperatures will be in the low 50s for the most part. We won't have that upper 30 wind chills that we saw this morning. Boy, it was cold this morning, but temperatures will warm rather nicely up to 73 by 3 o'clock. And be sure to tune in to Good Morning Suncoast and meteorologist John Scalzi. We'll have much more on the storm system that's going to bring some rain to Florida on Sunday.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob, and thank you all for joining us this evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good night.